Hi, I'm Manny from secondopinion.ph and I'm here with the new Suzuki Fronx. Now you might know Suzuki as a maker of small and cute cars, but the Fronx here is more than cute. It's actually sexy. Let's take a look at its styling. The front of the Fronx is actually one of its strongest styling points because of this big, bold grille. It's blacked out with a huge S logo in the middle, the slim DRLs, and the headlight set down low. It's a split type headlight that you see in maybe a new Porsche Panamera or the Taycan, and it gives the Fronx a very upscale vibe. The rear portion of the Fronx is another strong visual aspect of the car. The very slanted rear window, it gives it a very sporty and youthful vibe. It has a big skid plate under the bumper. It's very prominent, very assertive. The LED taillights that go full width across the back, it makes a Fronx stand out. Another muscular styling treatment are the very flared fenders here. Makes it look athletic, sporty, like it just wants to go fast. The rear cargo area of the Fronx can fit one large suitcase even with the rear seats up. But if you put the rear seats down and remove the tonneau cover, you can actually put 3 large suitcases on top of each other, or maybe 2 or 3 golf bags side by side. One surprising feature that I found with the Fronx is a spare tire. In an age when most new cars have those skinny donut type temporary spare tires, the Fronx actually has a full-size spare, so you can actually drive as far and as long as you want. Inside the Fronx, of course, you have the high-mounted touchscreen. It doesn't force you to take your eyes or at least your peripheral vision off the road. It's very easy to navigate, very user-friendly. One safety feature of the Fronx is its 360-degree camera, which activates when you shift in reverse. So you see what's behind you and also what's around the car in this screen. You have these fixed buttons here for the audio control, so you don't have to scroll through the menu to adjust the volume, for instance. And everything is very tactile. There are physical buttons that you can manipulate. You can actually just feel it while you're driving, so it's very convenient, very Japanese. The steering wheel itself has a lot of features. The 2 kinds of surfaces actually give a nice feel when you're driving, and you have a lot of controls here for cruise control, audio, and even small switches here on the lower spoke of the steering wheel that lets you control various features of the car. When you're turning the wheel, it kind of gives you a better sense of the position of the wheels because of the flat bottom. And get this, it has paddle shifters also going up to Tagaytay or Baguio, and you want to enjoy the curves, you can upshift and downshift using the paddle shifters to give you that, F1 feel. A premium feature of the Fronx is the head-up display, which flips up when you start the engine. On the display, you'll see the speed of the car, the engine RPM, the gear shift position, and even the time. For power connectivity, you have a 12-volt outlet here and a USB port here. And of course, you have the generously sized cup holders up front. You have bottle holders on all 4 of the doors. The seat itself is very comfortable. It's a true bucket seat. It holds you in place. It's a very comfortable chair to sit on, even for a long drive. On the outside, the Fronx looks low, but inside there's lots of headroom, so even if a 6-footer would fit in this car, it'll be no problem. I'm right now seated at the backseat of the Fronx with the front seat set for a 5'6" driver. I'm 5'6" myself, and you can see a lot of extra leg room, and I have enough headroom for maybe up to a 5'9" person. 2 teenagers and a small kid can fit here all the way to Baguio without them quarreling and elbowing each other on the way. There are also aircon vents behind the center console and 2 ports, one for a regular USB and one for a Type-C USB port, so 2 people can charge their devices while seated at the back seat. For the upholstery, everything that your skin touches feels premium because it's either touching leather or soft plush fabric. On the road, the Suzuki Fronx is a joy to drive, very peppy, Very responsive, very nimble. This subcompact crossover is powered by a 1.5-liter variable valve timing 4-cylinder engine, mild hybrid technology. The Suzuki Fronx is available also with a 5-speed manual transmission. 2 of the 3 variants available come with the 6-speed automatic, and the 6-speed automatic gives you this paddle shifters, so you can play through all the 6 gears. This gives the Fronx spirited driving characteristics. So if you're an enthusiastic driver and you can put the foot down and really work the paddle shifters, it's really a ball to drive. I got to drive the Fronx in Las Casas going to Bataan from Metro Manila, and it was exciting. We got to use the paddle shifters a lot. It revs very smoothly. The suspension tuning is perfect, just like most Japanese cars. They get it spot on. The blend of comfort and handling, which is usually contradictory, they always get it right. At the same time, you don't get a lot of body roll when you're turning, when you're cornering, and you still get a lot of comfort. I felt refreshed after that almost 3-hour drive. My passengers felt comfortable and happy. It's also very quiet inside. It has very effective NVH suppression, so you don't hear the engine. There's very little wind noise. Last September, the Suzuki Fronx was awarded 5 stars by the ASEAN NCAP, or New Car Assessment Program, attesting to the world-class safety of Suzuki's newest crossover. Well, that's it for the Suzuki Fronx. We hope you learned a lot about Suzuki's new mild hybrid subcompact crossover, and I think one drive in this car will make a lot of believers in you. This is Manny from secondopinion.ph. Thank you for watching.